Good afternoon and welcome to the Gear Runner channel. So today, and I know I have the same shirt on, but that's because I'm doing the driving portion of this right after I did the first walk around video. So today we're actually going to do the driving portion and just see exactly how well this thing drives. It seems to be pretty smooth, but you know, we're just pulling out of the parking lot. But at slow speeds, I can say it is very quiet and very smooth. Wow. Oh my God. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting, oh my gosh. That was pretty torquey right there. That was a pretty hard pull. I'm not going to really dog this thing too much because the engine hasn't fully went through its break-in period. The car has 181.9 miles on it. So it doesn't even have 182 miles on it yet. But that first pull right there through the camera back, I really wasn't expecting that out of this SUV. I gotta say, I think stock to stock that this Mercedes GLB 250 and my 2018 Honda Civic Si would be a pretty good race. I'm flabbergasted. I mean, in a good way. In a good way. I'm flabbergasted in a good way. And I would love to know how to turn up the air conditioning because it is hot in here. Let's see if this does it. Oh yeah. Yeah, that did it. I figured it out. If you could tell from my face, I was hot. I can't get over that first pull. It was crazy. Just wasn't expecting that out of a little SUV. Everything's smooth. I've really not got it over 30 mile an hour yet. But like I said, at low speeds, some vehicles have a roar at low speeds or will have kind of a noisy tire. And I'm sure that these tires are an all-season tire and they're not like a rough tire or anything like that. But at low speeds, still some tires will make a noise and these do not. It is very quiet in this interior. And like I said, that's another reason that we will be taking this on all our, you know, channel trips and business trips and stuff like that, is just because it is so quiet on the interior. Now, I do want to say a lot of people said we should have leased this. I'm not a fan of leasing. I understand why people do it. It does make sense, especially if you're going to trade a lot. It does make sense to lease a vehicle. That way, every couple of years, you can actually get a new vehicle. And with a Mercedes or BMW or something like that, I really feel this way about BMW. It's probably good to lease them because when they start tearing up, and it's not an if, it's a when with these vehicles, it gets really expensive to fix these. So I get it. When we bought this, somebody locked it down in front of me, which is actually pretty cool. Somebody took off and then all of a sudden just locked it down, and the front sensor actually detected that. That was that beep you heard, and started applying the brakes even faster than I could. Never owned a vehicle with that. I know some of the new Toyotas do, but mine's a 2016. I'm kind of glad mine doesn't have that. But that was actually pretty cool. I'd never been in a vehicle that did that. But I don't know why these people locked it down, but for whatever reason they did, and the vehicle sensed it even before I could react. And I was looking at the road, it just reacted quicker than I could, which is pretty awesome. Another safety feature. It's always good to have safety features, but like I say on the channel all the time, technology kills reliability. And there is another issue with a lot of German vehicles, is they have a lot of technology in them, and that kills a lot of reliability on long term, because inevitably electronics will fail eventually a lot of times, and they're expensive to fix. And it's stuff that you can't just do at home. You have to actually take it somewhere to have it diagnosed And then a lot of times you have to have special tools to fix it, and or computers that are very, very expensive, which is why it costs so much to fix these cars. But back to what I was saying earlier, it does make sense to lease these, but I just don't like leasing things because you never own it. It's almost like, I don't like renting either. I don't like renting apartments or houses or stuff like that because you're paying for someone else. Oh, I just noticed something. This has the auto start stop feature. I don't mean to keep changing subjects, but I hate that feature, even though it's instantaneous when it comes back on. And there is an auto start stop button below the start stop button that you can cut that off with, but it does have it. So if that's something you don't like, something to note. But you can turn it off. It's just one of the things is you have to turn it off every time you start the vehicle, because the first salesman told me that you could activate that to where it's turned off, and the next time you start the vehicle, it leaves it off. And we're going to test that theory here in a few minutes. Whenever I take this up the road and come back, we will test that theory, because I don't think it will. I've never seen a company that made it to where I can turn that off, and then when I get back in stop the car, get back in the car and turn the car back on, it remembers my last setting. He said it would do that. I'm a little skeptical. A lot of times people tell you stuff to sell you a vehicle. But back to what I was talking about. Sorry, side tangent. I don't like to rent stuff because you never own it. It's like you're paying someone else to own your vehicle, and I don't like that. So what my plans are, when we bought this vehicle, of course we got the regular bumper to bumper warranty. They also threw in 4 years of free maintenance. So we have 4 years of free maintenance. All the maintenance is free on the car for those 4 years. And when the warranty starts to run out, if my wife chooses to keep this car, I will probably then buy an extended warranty. It's probably a few $1,000s, but it's got to be worth it. I mean, it's a Mercedes, and it won't take long for a $2,000 extended warranty to pay for itself if you start having issues. So far, the car has ran great. I gotta be honest with you. I know the transmission has shifted gears. I've never felt it. And that's one thing about dual clutch transmissions. I don't know if all of you know how those work. There are dual clutches. There's one for a positive side, one for a negative side. So when this one goes into second gear, let's say, and it's running in second gear, this one is sitting here just waiting to click into third. So as soon as second gear releases, third gear grabs. It's quicker than that. I mean, it's crazy how fast a dual clutch transmission works, but you can fool it. If you are accelerating hard and then all of a sudden have to hit your brakes, it's thinking that you're wanting to go into the next gear, but now it's waiting to click into like fourth gear, but now all of a sudden you got to go into second. So you can fool them a little bit. And there are some things you shouldn't really do with a dual clutch transmission. You shouldn't kind of sit there and let the car idle up like you can in like a regular automatic transmission. You can wear those clutches a little bit. But as far as performance goes, they are amazing if they are done right. And I know Mercedes has some good dual clutch transmissions. Mercedes makes some good transmissions in general. My Jeep has a Mercedes transmission in it, and I talked to a guy that works on these things all the time at a huge dealership. He is the one that actually does the Hellcat engine swaps in those Jeeps, and he said that they never have any issues with the Mercedes transmissions. This thing thinks I want it to do something. Cancel. I don't know why it picked up, but it thought I wanted to tell it something. Cancel.
What would you like to do?
Cancel. All right, it went away. It took me like 3 times to get that to go away. I don't know what I said to make it think I wanted it to answer a question. I didn't push any buttons. But like I've said, driving this car, I've never even felt it change gears. I'll look around a little bit. I'll give it just a little bit of pull here. Oh my gosh. This thing, yeah, the dual clutch in this is amazing. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna take you all off the tripod. You have to see how quick this thing changes gears. Crazy. Okay, so what I want you to watch is this RPM gauge right here. So I'm slowing down. There's actually a red light. I'm gonna slow down a little bit more, and then I'm gonna give it some gas, and we're gonna see how quick this RPM gauge changes gears. Watch this. Look at that. I mean, I didn't even feel it changing gears, and that thing was changing crazy fast. And that there is the advantage of dual clutch transmissions. You don't really feel it changing gears, and it changes gears way faster than you could with a manual transmission or even a standard automatic transmission. Amazing. Okay, you've seen it right there. That was crazy. And if I could have come to a complete stop, it would have been better. I can't believe how fast this thing changes gears. The performance of this little SUV is really, really amazing. And we're going 55 right now. We'll get up to 60 here in just a second, and I'll let you hear how quiet it is. Nothing. I mean, there's very, very little road noise. We're running 63. There's very, very little road noise. The steering wheel is smooth as I don't know what, and the car is just smooth. I mean, we're hitting bumps and stuff like that, and if I was in my Jeep, this camera would be bouncing all over the place. And even as smooth as my Tundra is, we just went over a bridge. The camera barely moved. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this thing would definitely ride a lot smoother than a 4Runner would have, and it definitely gets better gas mileage. Now, the resale of a 4Runner is definitely going to be better. The reliability is probably going to be better, but as far as performance, gas mileage, and ride quality, this has it beat. And like I said in one of my other videos, the 4Runner I looked at was $5,000 more than this Mercedes. So it was even more.
How may I help you?
Cancel.
What can I do for you?
Cancel. I don't know what I keep saying that brings her up. But the ride quality, performance, and everything does beat a 4Runner. Definitely. This thing would smoke a 4Runner as far as power goes. Now, the 4Runner is a bigger vehicle, but I can't get over how much power this has, how smooth the transmission shifts. I did not feel that. I was literally watching the RPM gauge, and I could not feel the transmission shift gears. That's incredible. Now, like I said, there is that worry of reliability when you buy a Mercedes or any German car. I think whenever I say Mercedes is when she pulls up. Cancel.
What would you like to do?
Cancel. But there is that reliability fear when you buy a German-made vehicle, and I understand that. But oh my gosh, until you've rode in one and felt the quality, it's pretty amazing. Again, if you have any questions about it, let me know in the comment section below. I am pretty excited about the performance, the power, and the mile per gallon. 30 mile per gallon on the highway. That's pretty amazing as well. If Mercedes can get 30 mile per gallon out of an SUV, Toyota and the other manufacturers should be able to do it as well. I appreciate y'all watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.